Ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages, well, welcome back to the lab for yet another project, another lantern project, and this is another FEUREHAND 280. And I just want to say another because, and this will happen. You have a channel around long enough, you're going to have duplicates, man. There's a number of things I've done a number of, but I think maybe this is our third 280 we've done on the channel here. That's kind of bent, but you can see that this is a chewy mess, but I'm telling you, man, this German steel, you look it over and it looks heavily oxidated. It does, and it is. But it's almost like, FEUREHANDs, I mean, all the ones I find pretty much look like this, except for painted ones. But I mean, yeah, they're all like that. And they all end up looking really nice. And of course, famous last words is probably going to look like garbage, but I don't think so. I mean, I've seen them even worse than this state come out real nice. And I think this is going to be real nice. Oh, yeah. And this has got, sadly, it does not have a FEUREHAND globe in it. And you can see the wing locks look a bit out of place. But, so yeah, there's some weird things going on here. This cage is all kind of bent. Got a little dent here, no big deal. We'll get rid of that. Let's look it over and make sure this thing is all ready to go. And, yeah, we'll start grinding off all this rust. Let's take a look. All right, see if we can get the bail off. This does have bail locks on it, so it'll probably be really hard. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, we're not gonna. I would like to get that off and bend that back though, but it's in there. What's wrong with that? Well, even though I got a bunch of these, I got a case of these, new old stock of these. Gotta use them up. I got more now. All right, so let's see. Caps loose. Awesome. Awesomeness. Let's see. Yeah, we can get our, we'll get our endoscope out and we'll take a look in that fountain once we get the burner and shit off of here. Yes, and it's all free. That's awesome. Ooh. Hello, ladybugs. Nice. Nice wick. And that is a brand new wick. That's 7 inches. Brand new wick. Okay, that'll clean up great. That'll clean up no problem. So I like to come in with my brush. Usually it's brass brush like this. But this brass brush, the brass is softer than the metal this lantern is made with, so it's less evasive. I mean, sure, it'll leave scratches, but what we're doing to this, none of these scratches will. I mean, these are just like micro scratches. None of them will be there when we're done with it. Don't you worry about that. So what I'm just kind of doing now is sampling things, like an anteater. See if this log's got any bugs in it. So I'm just looking to see if there's any surprises. And the more shit I can get off of this, the less that's going to go flying around with the bench grinder when we put it on there, which will be the first thing to do with this. I know the spots that the bench grinder can't get to, and that's the kind of also little areas that I'm getting into here and kind of just looking. And we'll get this out of here. There we go. Got that cool little catch. Wow, yeah, look at that. All right, let's see. All right, so let's take a look inside and see what's in there, if there's any surprises for us. Look at that, man. Oh, look at that. A surprise. Nice. But look at that tank, man. That's what, look at that. It really doesn't get any better than that, man. I mean, wow. That's awesome. Excellent. Manifold looks good. There's an air tube. Looks good down in the air tube. Nice. Okay. Right. Okay. Chicken is on the grill. So. Yeah, I can't wait to get this on the bench grinder. No problems here. Crown's all intact. Okay, so we'll get this over to the bench grinder, and we'll continue. So I'll go to do a little bench grinder work until my chicken's done, and then it's dinner time, and then we'll come back here and play some more. It is a rainy, chilly, shitty day here in Western New York. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll be back, folks. Right. So as you're seeing, you can see, look at that, look at that, look at that. But it's just taking a real long time because this wheel is just so gentle. It's taking a long time to get through that mess. So this is going to take a while, but look at that. That's going to look real nice underneath. Nice. And with oil on it. Oh yeah, it's going to look so nice. So, let me get back at this. I'm not going to film the whole thing because you get the idea. But it's really, takes a lot of work with this thing. Of course, it would make a lot of work for a smaller tool, I'll tell you what. At least for the level of cleaning that I do. So, okay. Well, let's exfoliate. We'll get the dead skin off this baby and make it look pretty again. All right, let's get at it. Right, so back from the bench grinder, and while I was over there I did work on this bale. Got a nice shape out of it. Not perfect right in there. I might still fix that up, I don't know, but it's nice and clean, rounded off just a little. It's all right. So now, yeah, this is some tough stuff, but this is looking so nice. And this is going to kill this junk bit, this very it's a very strong oxidation, but we're gonna get it all off of there and make this thing look. It's already looking great, man. Looking great. But this German steel always cleans up nice, but it holds onto that oxidation real tight. So we are going to continue here with some, we're going to go junk bit. And then we'll go to a wheel. Well, I'll probably fry these two on this thing. It's not that it's thick. It's just the way that it holds onto it. I don't know how to explain it, but how it holds onto its oxidation. It is in there tight. Okay, so here we go. Little junk bit action on the 280. All right, so we did a little 320 grit nylon bit on some of these wires. There's a cage and everything. Yeah, we fried some stuff. All right, now I'm gonna go to a pointy bit, and then we'll go to the 800 grit. Maybe I'll do a 400 on this, actually. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go 400 on the whole thing after we do this, and then we will oil it up. So here we go with some pointy bit. All right, let's get the last of the junk out of the corners here. Let's roll. Right. So now we are all cleaned up. We are steel wooled. So now we'll throw some protection on here. Oh, this is gonna look so nice. Once that oil gets on here, man. But that oil is to protect it. We are not in a perfect climate here, folks. Need to protect your lanterns. They will rust. No question about it. They will rust more, leaving them untreated. Here in this climate. Inside, outside, basement, barn. They'll find a way to rust, just like everything else does around here. Yep. Okay, now, let's oil it up. Right, here we have our brush, our oil. Now, you really don't see a difference on the bottom, but just wait till you see. We start doing the body of this thing. Just how nice and dark. Beautiful patina. Look at this. Watch this. Oh. It's going to be great. It's going to be like a charcoal. Satin charcoal. And it'll look even better once we remove the excess. So this is, I don't know if anybody else does this. This has always been the way. I have applied linseed oil. I go crazy on it with a brush. Make sure it gets everywhere. And then I will wipe off the excess. And I can just continue removing it until I get kind of a cool aesthetic look. And also that you really don't want linseed oil caked on here. So you don't want to keep applying it in layers. You do not, because it'll get all weird. You ever seen, like, it'll end up looking like a fruit roll-up. That's kind of the consistency of what it kind of turns into. It goes beyond being a gelatin and kind of goes to just almost a, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it gets all cakey, you know. So if you want to reapply, in my opinion, you're going to want to remove the old linseed oil. And I would suggest, you know, like the same reason, same thing I use to get paint off, you can use to get the oil off. So like, you know, easy off oven cleaner. Here, you probably wouldn't have to go to the super. You could probably use like the cheap Dollar General version, you know, a cheaper version, because you're not going to need the strength to get paint off. You're just removing the oil. And you could use a degreaser too, but that might leave a funky milky like film all over everything. You try it, but like I said, you feel like your you know, your lanterns, especially now, you know, like change of seasons, you know, you're going to be bringing your lanterns out, going outside and things. So check them out. Check them out for surface rust, flash rust. Because it'll happen. Like if I left this thing around, I just left this sitting here all cleaned up and off and untreated. Probably within like the 3 days, which is this little span of really hot weather, hot, humid weather we got coming here in the next couple of days. Yeah, we went from there being frost warnings like a week ago to being record high. That's what's happening. It's New York for you. Oh, so I've been talking to this whole oiling here. Usually this is where time lapse is, so I wanted to do that. Right. Yeah, looking good here, man. What a difference. I'm just getting it out of the corners. I always find little shiny parts. I do not like the wet look at all. And it just looks bad when you leave oil in the corners. And also, you don't want to cake it up in the corners. Nope. You definitely do not want to leave on the amount that I painted on without removing the excess. That will just get gummy and weird. You won't like it. Okay, now we are nearing completion here. So let's put this baby back in. Very nice. So wick flicking. I'm doing a little wick flicking here. It's for a couple reasons. It knocks off all the dirt and shit. And it's also a way for me to test whether it's been rotted away. Sometimes they can look nice, but have like, you know, a third of their normal mass that they should have, where just the cotton is just rotted away. So this one's just fine. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice little rounded off there. That's the way I like it. But I do not like them little horns on the end. One little stray cloth in the corners, it'll give you a little horn on the flame. There you go. All right. Nice. Click. Beautiful. Oh yeah. And I got this globe. I put the delight globe in with my inventory of extra globes. This is an unmarked. Sadly, I don't have a FEUREHAND globe in this size. I wish I did. Never actually had a marked FEUREHAND globe in this size, number 2 size. Yeah. Yeah, all right. We're all done. We are all done. We even got the dent out. Got rid of that dent. We got the bail all cleaned up. Bent nicely. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Let's come take a look. There we have it, folks. Look at that. What a beaut. What a beauty. Okay, we're done, man. We are done. We are done. Love that. All right, hey, folks, that's going to do it here in the lab for this beautiful FEUREHAND number 280. And this is made in Germany, so this is most likely pre-World War II. As after World War II, they started putting West, a W in front of that Germany. Or depending on the lantern, they may spell out West, but made in West Germany if it was post-World War II. So, yeah, cool. All right, folks, thank you so much for stopping by. And by the way, oh yeah, so this is FEUREHAND, this is Super Pfizer Baby. He's always here. And he's a 175, this is a 280, that's a 175, and he's always here, every lantern. He's over there working, keeping an eye on things. All right, folks, that's it. Hey, until next time, don't you go changing.
We'll be back with the Magic Tunes for the Armada Room's 2-hour disco swing party after this short break. Till then, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.